and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DD Beauty's Wigs. All the details are on the screen. Just let us know if you need anything. We sell wholesale and retail. Now, it seems as if I'm rushing into this episode because I can't wait to start. We're going to be talking about Tonto Dikeh's ex-husband and his current wife, Rosy Meurer. They're having marital challenges. I mean, I understand everybody have marital issues, but Nigerians are particularly celebrating this one because of the whole gbasgbos that happened with Tonto Dikeh. Now, let me just take you back. If you don't know the story between Tonto Dikeh, Rosy Meurer, and Churchill, that triangle is messy, but I'm going to try to untangle it for you. Now, Tonto Dikeh started dating Churchill. She started posting Churchill on her page as Mr. X. She will post loads of gifts and say that, oh, Mr. X bought me this, Mr. X is this. Like, she was praising this guy. When she eventually released pictures of Mr. X, it turned out to be Olakunle Churchill. Now, she wrote about him. She said he's Obasanjo's son. Churchill lied. Like, Churchill sold himself to Tonto Dikeh on a platter of gold. Tonto Dikeh was praising Churchill. He's a good man. He's a provider. He bought me this. He bought me that. He bought me Rolex watch. Like, it was literally loving Tokyo. They were having fun. They were, enjoying themselves on social media. And then when she announced that she was getting married to Churchill, people were happy for her because everybody loves love. They started preparation, they got married. It was kind of low-key and people were wondering, Tonto Dikeh. But anyway, people were happy for her. They celebrated her. She got pregnant, had a child. And at that point, they were not revealing the face of the baby. But he was named King Andre. Social media were just busy minding our business. We didn't know what was going on until Olakunle Churchill released pictures of their son, his son with Tonto Dikeh, because Tonto Dikeh has been posting pictures but covering the face of the child. So we knew something was going on when Churchill released pictures of the son with the face. That was how all hell was let loose. Tonto Dikeh started granting interviews, saying they were no longer together. Churchill is a womanizer. Churchill is a beater. Churchill is abusive. Churchill is a deadbeat. Churchill is a Yahoo boy. Churchill is a 2 minutes man. Like, Tonto Dikeh, opened the floodgates of abuse. Like, it was messy. It was so messy. And then she started granting interviews. She told one of the reasons she gave for their marital problem was another Hollywood actress, Rosy Meurer. She said Rosy has always been, she was introduced to Rosy as, Churchill's sister, but from the way they were going, she knew that something was like they had intimate relationship going on. Like, Rosy can literally call Churchill in the middle of the night and he will drop everything and he will go and see Rosy. And according to her, she actually caught them in the act or something. But Churchill, on the other hand, denied that that's his sister. Rosy said, no, that is my brother. We are like brothers, this, that. We are family. These two people denied everything, gaslighted Tonto Dikeh, made her look crazy. People were like, Tonto Dikeh, you cannot be suspecting everybody of sleeping with your husband. Yes, he can be cheating, but why would you now mention Rosy? Tonto Dikeh did not say anything. I mean, she looked crazy at that point online because it was ridiculous. Because Churchill was paying bloggers to put out stories about Tonto Dikeh. It was so messy. It was so bad. Before you could say Jack, Rosy Meurer got pregnant. People were like, Churchill's younger sister. What is happening? Who is the man in your life? That was how it was announced to us that Rosy and Churchill, they've gotten married. They are now married and the pregnancy belonged to Churchill. Social media went crazy because they were like, wow, this has vindicated Tonto Dikeh because she was saying that Rosy was the cause of their marital issue. Now that Rosy is pregnant, you can obviously imagine how that will feel. Anyway, the next chapter was when Rosy gave birth. They decided to name that child King. Like, people were like, why would you name your son King? Are you trying to replace? Because it was so messy that Tonto Dikeh took full custody of the child because she said Churchill was not providing for this child. She took full custody of the baby. Now, when Rosy gave birth, they literally named the child King. People were like, why would you name your child? Knowing that your first son is King, why are you now naming this one King? They were like, oh no, they will come and do photo shoots, pepper people online, their marriage is perfect. Churchill will write about, Rosy, she's the perfect wife. He saved her from a demonic woman. Rosy will come and say, my perfect husband, my provider, my this, my... Like, they were just trying to counter everything Tonto Dikeh said about Churchill. They were not really interested about just living their lives because if you guys are married now and you're happy in your marriage, why don't you just focus on your marriage? You gave birth to a son, give him another name. Why would you name him King? So people were now thinking like, there's trouble in paradise because all these things you guys are doing is just to pepper Tonto Dikeh. Tonto Dikeh, on the other hand, had another relationship which turned out very toxic. Like, she's not locking relationship, I can tell you that for free, because she's just been dating very horrible people. I don't know about what that says about her, but that's just the main points there. Now, we're just sitting there minding our business, thinking, you know what? Tonto Dikeh, she's radical for Jesus. She's busy doing her thing. She even contested for deputy governor of Rivers State. She's into politics. She's into humanity. Like, she's doing a lot. She's busy, booked and busy. While Rosy is busy doing housewife, I'm the mother, I have a provider. Now, reports on the streets, social media, the person that actually broke this was Gistlover. Gistlover actually came out and said that Rosy Meurer is now facing the same thing that Tonto Dikeh faced when she was married to Churchill. Churchill has started womanizing. He doesn't come back home. He doesn't take care of the family. She's the one providing for the family, basically. While Churchill is busy chasing one girl to the other girl and claiming to be doing, business deal which never, come into fruition. So she's the one, the breadwinner of the family, and when she talks, Churchill beats her up like punching the way he was punching Tonto Dikeh. Now, this news went viral because people were thinking, hey, Rosy, all these things that you were trying to, cover up, do that, oh, Tonto Dikeh is a liar, Tonto Dikeh is this, you're now facing the same thing. The cane they use in flogging the first wife is what, like, let me even break it to you that Tonto Dikeh was the second wife. Churchill was initially married to somebody else. That marriage did not work. They did not have any child, but he had a child before. Like, Churchill is just messy. He had a daughter with somebody else. So Tonto Dikeh was the second wife, and she is now friends with the first wife because they faced the same challenges. Though the first wife did not give birth to any child, but the same abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, financial abuse that the Tonto Dikeh endured was the same thing the first wife went through. Now, Rosy is in the same bracket now. But I don't think Rosy would... when somebody warned you about certain things, like everybody was literally warning Rosy, but she was already pregnant. But she was not pregnant when Tonto Dikeh was saying that this is the cause of my marriage breakup. This person and my husband are in a relationship and they are making my life difficult. They are making my marriage hell. Rosy denied everything, saying that Churchill was a gift from God. So I don't think she would come out now, and even if she's facing the worst abuse than Tonto Dikeh, I am very sure she's going to stay there until, just to prove people wrong. There are some people that are like that. Like, oh my God, people told me about this thing. He's been married twice. The two wives talked about the same thing. Now I'm facing the same thing. just shame. She would just be too ashamed to come out and said, okay, this is what is actually going on, because they released videos of them and you could see the awkwardness. Like they thought that video was to debunk what was going on, but you could see the awkwardness. She was just like, see, people, before you date somebody, see, there are people who are very good friends. Like they understand friendship, they know friendship, they can be a best friend to you, be a very, like you can call them in the middle of the night and they will be there. But in a relationship, that is a different story, because friendship can be learned outside of your home. But relationship, the first relationship you see or you have seen an example of is the relationship of your parents. So that can influence you in a massive way. It's either you want to do the same thing they are doing or you want to run away from what they are doing. It's either you admire the way your dad treats your mom or you want to just run away from that, like I will never treat any woman like this. So these are two factors. Now in terms of friendship, let's say the first person you meet in school, if that person is coming from a very good home and treats you very good, very right, based on the experience that they have had, you are going to go out there and be better friends to whoever you want to be. But relationship, remember, your mind has been molded with what you've seen. So you see a lot of people who are very good friends, they are horrible partners in relationship. You see a lot of people who say, oh, we are best friends, but once we started dating, everything went sideways. I always tell people, before people start introducing you to a very good guy, this is he's a very good friend, he's very accommodating. Have you dated this person? You don't know how that person is in a relationship. So maybe in terms of Rosy, Churchill was a very good brother. You know, he was there for her. But once they got into that romantic relationship space, he started everything, because that is what he knows. That is what he knows about relationship. Remember, his parents are not even together. So the first introduction of what kids see in relationship matters a lot, how it influenced them. Some people will be like, oh my God, I will never do this. I can never be like this. I will never be like my father. I will never be like my mother. That is how that person has chosen. There are some people who idealize their parents, regardless of whatever kind of situation they come out from, they want to be like their parents. Now, they don't see anything wrong the way the parents had relationship. They are going to take that to their next relationship. And that same person had a very good friend who taught them about friendship, loyalty, you know, and all that. They are going to be very good friends. But in relationship, because they had an example that is very whatever, they're going to bring that into that relationship. You're going to see that, okay, they're very good friends, but horrible partners. I don't even know how. I wish Rosy all the best, because people are not smiling. People are not taking it easy with Rosy, because they said, you rode on another woman's pain. She complained about you and you knew exactly what the husband was doing, but you pushed her out, got into that situation, named your child after her child, just to kind of replace the whole thing, and now everything is falling apart. But how do one now start building from that? Because I think she'll be ashamed. It's the shame that after everything I've been through, this man finally disgraced me. Anyway, they are debunking, they're saying that, oh, you know, like, it's just awkward. It's just, I don't even want to believe that, because this man has problems. Anyway, we're going to be bringing you updates on how far Rosy is willing to take this marriage, or how far they are willing to debunk everything that is going on in their marital life. But we wish them all the best. Nobody is praying for marital problems. But before you get married to that person who has been previously married and the wife complained about certain things, make sure that those things the former wife complained are not your deal breakers before you get into it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.